Released in 1999, The Sixth Sense shocked the world and became one of the biggest surprise hits in movie history. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, the film blended supernatural horror with deep emotion, creating a story that audiences could not stop talking about. What seemed like a quiet ghost story became a global event thanks to unforgettable performances, haunting atmosphere, and one of the most famous twist endings ever filmed. But beyond the line, "I see dead people," the movie hides dozens of strange secrets. Behind-the-scenes surprises and clever details many fans still miss today. From casting stories to hidden clues placed in nearly every scene, here are 20 weird facts about The Sixth Sense that make this classic even more fascinating. Bruce Willis took the role. Because of an old studio problem before The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis had a complicated business issue with Disney after another project failed. To settle things, he agreed to appear in several films for a reduced upfront paycheck, and this movie was one of them. At first, many believed he was taking a step backward by doing a small supernatural drama instead of another action blockbuster. But Willis saw something powerful in the script and trusted the story. That decision completely changed public opinion. Instead of explosions and one-liners, he delivered a quiet and emotional performance. Many critics called it one of the best roles of his career. What looked like damage control became movie history. Haley Joel Osment won the role with one audition. Hundreds of young actors were considered for Cole Sear, but Haley Joel Osment stood out immediately. He walked into the audition wearing a tie which made him seem serious and mature beyond his years. When he read the scenes, he stayed calm, focused, and deeply emotional without overacting. Shyamalan later said he knew almost instantly that he had found the right child actor. Osment also had a strange ability to stare intensely without blinking much, which added an eerie quality to Cole. Crew members were shocked by how professional he was on set. He remembered lines quickly and understood emotional scenes better than many adults. His performance earned him an Oscar nomination. The twist ending was hidden from the start. One reason the ending became legendary is because the truth is visible from the opening scenes. Malcolm Crowe never directly speaks to anyone except Cole after the first act. His wife appears to ignore him, but audiences assume they are having marital problems. The camera carefully frames scenes so viewers do not question what they are seeing. Every clue is placed fairly, but emotion distracts the audience from logic. That balance is what made the reveal so effective. Viewers felt shocked, then immediately realized the signs were there all along. Few twist endings reward repeat viewings the way this one does. The script caused a Hollywood bidding war. When M. Night Shyamalan's screenplay began circulating through Hollywood, multiple studios wanted it immediately. Original supernatural dramas rarely created that kind of excitement in the late 1990s. Most studios were chasing sequels, comedies, or action movies at the time. But executives who read the script knew it was different. It combined horror, sadness, family trauma, and mystery in a fresh way. Disney eventually won the rights after paying a huge amount. Some insiders thought the price was risky for a young filmmaker. After release, it became one of the smartest purchases any studio had made. "I see dead people" nearly sounded different. The most famous line in the movie almost had alternate wording during script development. Different versions were considered, but none felt as natural as the final simple phrase. Shyamalan understood that a child would not speak in dramatic horror movie language. The plainness of the line made it terrifying. When Haley Joel Osment delivered it softly and honestly, it became unforgettable. Audiences in theaters reportedly went silent the moment he said it. After release, the quote spread everywhere from schools to talk shows. It quickly entered pop culture history. Red is a secret warning. Color Shyamalan used the color red as a visual signal throughout the film. Whenever danger, death, or supernatural energy is near, red often appears somewhere in the frame. Sometimes it is obvious, like a red doorknob or clothing item. Other times it is subtle, like decorations or background objects. Most viewers never notice it during their first watch because the story keeps them distracted. But once fans learned the pattern, rewatching became even more fun. The film was quietly communicating with the audience through color. It was one of the director's smartest hidden techniques. Haley Joel Osment, was never actually frightened. Even though the movie feels terrifying, Osment said filming it was not scary at all. He knew the ghosts were actors in makeup, prosthetics, and fake wounds. Between takes, everyone joked around and laughed to keep the mood light. This helped the child actor stay emotionally balanced during dark scenes. It also allowed him to react naturally instead of forcing fear. Many horror films struggle when young actors become overwhelmed, but that never happened here. Osment remained calm and professional the entire time. His relaxed confidence made Cole feel more believable. 8. Toni Collette almost lost the role. Several actresses were considered for the part of Lynn Sear, Cole's mother. But once Toni Collette auditioned, the filmmakers knew she brought something special. She made Lynn feel exhausted, loving, confused, and protective all at once. Her performance grounded the movie emotionally. Without her, the story could have become only a ghost mystery. Instead, it became a touching story about a struggling mother and son. The car scene where Cole reveals the truth about his grandmother remains one of the most emotional moments in the film. Many fans say it makes them cry every time. 9. The movie was shot in Philadelphia for realism. Rather than relying on Hollywood sets, Shyamalan chose Philadelphia as the filming location. Real neighborhoods, churches, schools, and streets gave the movie a grounded feeling. Because the world looked normal, the ghostly events felt more believable. The city's older architecture also added quiet atmosphere without needing exaggerated horror sets. Philadelphia later became closely linked with Shyamalan's career. He continued using it in several later projects. The city matched his preference for everyday settings hiding strange secrets. In many ways, Philadelphia became part of the film's identity. 10. Bruce Willis intentionally played Malcolm like a tired man. Bruce Willis avoided his usual energetic movie star style for this role. He made Malcolm Crowe feel soft-spoken, weary, and emotionally distant. At first, some viewers simply saw a marriage in trouble. Later, that sadness gains a completely different meaning after the twist. Willis carefully restrained his facial expressions and body language. Too much energy would have ruined the mystery. His quiet performance allowed the audience to project normal explanations onto unusual behavior. It was subtle acting hiding inside a mainstream thriller. That choice helped make the ending believable. 11. The movie earned 6 Oscar nominations. Horror and supernatural films are often ignored by major awards, but The Sixth Sense broke that pattern. It received 6 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director. Haley Joel Osment was nominated for Best Supporting Actor at a very young age. Toni Collette also earned a nomination. The recognition proved the film was more than a gimmick twist ending. Critics respected its performances, writing, editing, and emotional depth. Awards attention also introduced the movie to viewers who normally avoided horror. It became both a box office smash and a prestige film. 12. Most ghost effects were practical makeup. Instead of depending heavily on computer graphics, the film used practical effects for many ghost appearances. Makeup artists created pale skin, injuries, bruises, and disturbing wounds by hand. This gave the spirits a physical presence that still feels real today. Many late 1990s CGI effects now look dated, but The Sixth Sense aged better because of practical craftsmanship. Actors could also react to something truly in front of them. That improved performances in tense scenes. Sometimes old-school methods create stronger horror than expensive technology. This film proved it. 13. Shyamalan appears in a cameo role. The director briefly appears in the movie as the doctor who treated Cole after an accident. At the time, most audiences did not recognize him. But after becoming famous, fans went back to spot the cameo. Shyamalan later continued this tradition in many of his films. It became similar to Alfred Hitchcock's playful appearances. These cameos created a signature connection between filmmaker and audience. Though tiny, this role marks the beginning of that habit. It is a small but fun piece of movie trivia. 14. The ending was protected. Like a secret treasure cast, and crew were warned not to reveal the ending during production or promotion. This was before social media spoilers dominated the internet, so secrecy was easier to maintain. Many viewers entered theaters knowing almost nothing. As a result, audience reactions were explosive. Gasps, stunned silence, and immediate discussions happened after screenings. Some people reportedly bought another ticket right away to watch again. The surprise became part of the movie's cultural power. Protecting the ending helped create a once-in-a-generation experience. 15. Cole's clothes tell a hidden story. Cole often wears oversized sweaters, layered clothing, and muted colors. These choices were not random fashion decisions. Costume designers wanted him to look like a child trying to hide from the world. The baggy clothing makes him seem smaller and more vulnerable. It also reflects how isolated he feels. Viewers may not consciously notice it, but the wardrobe supports the emotional storytelling. Good costumes quietly reveal character psychology. Cole's clothing did exactly that. 16. The restaurant scene. Tricks. Almost everyone. One of the cleverest scenes is the anniversary dinner between Malcolm and Anna. Most viewers assume they are having a painful argument because she refuses to speak. The lighting, silence, and mood make that explanation feel natural. But the truth is much darker. She never responds because Malcolm is not truly there in the way audiences think. The scene is emotionally believable and logically misleading at the same time. That combination is why so many people miss the clue. It is masterful misdirection. 17. The film was a massive box office surprise. No one expected a slow, emotional ghost story to dominate theaters in 1999, yet the movie became one of the year's biggest hits worldwide. Strong word of mouth pushed audiences to keep returning. Many people went specifically to see how the twist worked. Others returned to catch clues they missed the first time. The movie stayed popular for weeks instead of fading quickly. It proved suspense and storytelling could beat giant action spectacles. Hollywood took notice immediately. 18. Shyamalan became an overnight star. Before this film, M. Night Shyamalan was not a household name. After release, he suddenly became one of Hollywood's most talked-about directors. Critics praised his confidence, structure, and ability to manipulate audience expectations. Studios wanted to work with him immediately. Viewers began watching his future films expecting surprises and twists. That reputation followed him for years. The Sixth Sense did not just launch a movie, it launched a career phenomenon. 19. Many people guessed the twist too late. Some viewers sensed something strange about Malcolm during the film, but few solved the truth early. The emotional storyline distracts the brain from detective work. Audiences focus on Cole's suffering and Malcolm's desire to help him. By the time clues become clearer, the ending is already arriving. This is why the reveal feels satisfying instead of random. People sense the answer was possible but hidden by emotion. That is the ideal kind of twist writing. 20. It became better on rewatch than first watch. Most twist movies lose power once the secret is known, but The Sixth Sense often gains power. On second viewing, audiences notice hidden clues, camera choices, and dialogue meanings everywhere. Scenes that seemed sad become tragic. Moments that felt ordinary become brilliant setup. The movie transforms from mystery into craftsmanship. Few films reward repeat viewing so strongly. That is why new generations continue discovering it decades later. Its secret may be known, but its brilliance keeps growing. Outro more than 2 decades later, The Sixth Sense remains one of the greatest supernatural thrillers ever made. It combined horror, heartbreak, and mystery in a way few films have matched since. And the strangest part is this. Even after you know the ending, the movie still finds new ways to surprise you. That is the mark of a true classic.